Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel was recorded in front of a fake audience.
Hey guys, Chef Sel right here. Gotcha. Yes, it is Chef Sel here. Welcome to Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel. Okay, we have a great show for you. I got to get right into it. We don't have a lot of time. You know, YouTube's got that algorithm always looking over my shoulder from a rowboat. Great recipe today. We have two things we're going to be doing, so we have to move a little quick here. A nice chicken and rice Mediterranean flavored dish for you, and we're going to go over to Greece too and do a home version. You don't have to be an expert chef to do this. The spinach pie that they make in Greece, we're going to just bare bones it for you. You don't have to do special folding, you know, like you're folding one of those contour sheets.
Done.
Now, nice and easy, you lay it on top, butter it up. We'll show you how to mix up the ingredients. Very, very simple, very, very easy. And a special guest will be joining us, a special big musical guest, very big here, well, there, in the Mediterranean countries and the Middle East and India, all over the place, over there. And he's got a good thing going. So we're going to introduce him and say hello. And you know what we do first, right? Yeah. Letters and emails and messages from some happy guests and some not unhappy guests. It's okay. Bring them in. Write in the comments. Write whatever you want. It's okay. Just watch your YouTube rules. All right, here we go. Letter number 1 from Rachel, first name only. Chef, we love your show and you're quite handsome. Oh, wait, that was me. And this one's from Tommy Cowboy. Tommy Cowboy, okay. Chef Sel, do you make these recipes up as you go along? You see, Tommy, that's the beauty of things. You can go along and change up whatever you want. You just make a change here and there. Maybe we should start with your undies, cowboy. Okay, this was from Linda G. Chef Sel, why don't you ever take your hat off? Why don't you ever take your face off? And let's see, from Mark. This one's from Mark, just Mark, okay. Chef, would you ever consider bringing your show to network TV? You know, Mark, I don't like to use those TV buzzwords. I made a list of them here. I just can't do it, all right? They'll probably just keep me on for like 2 seconds and fire me. You know, when they say things like, oh, it's ready to plate now. You mean put it on a dish? What else? We're gonna coin the carrots. Or you mean you're gonna slice them? You know, drain these bad boys. Yeah, we're gonna drain these bad boys and then put them back in the, I mean, come on. I mean, I'll meet you in there at the stove. We're gonna go right to cooking. As I said, we don't have a lot of time. But I mean, come on. Oh, well, the steak is down. Oh, the steak is down. Oh, I'm getting the garlic. Oh, the garlic's, oh, it's coming through. Oh, I'm getting the garlic. Oh my God. How about a ham and cheese Sammy? Can't you just say sandwich? Here's the ingredients for the one-pot Mediterranean chicken and rice dish we are going to make. It's going to be like a parade of stuff. Can we get parade music? Oh, that's good. Okay. Pay attention. Here we go. The amounts will be done as I do the dish, as I cook the dish. Here we go. Cue the music. I love this music. Okay. Here we go. Ground cumin, chicken thighs, chicken broth, salt, pepper. I'm trying to make them march, you know. Pepper, turmeric, yellow onion, medium to large, coriander, oregano, garlic, chopped or minced, butter, unsalted butter, please, olive oil, olivari, calamata, pitted olives, feta cheese, feta. Let's get cooking. Some prep work here. I took a lot of that bunch of that parsley and I chopped it up. That's about a cup here. Remember that yellow onion I showed you? May it rest in peace. Actually, in pieces. I just made that up now. And of course, just a couple of cloves of that garlic all minced up and ready to go. So you got that out of the way, right? Beautiful. 350 on that oven. 12-inch saute pan. Nice high sides, see? Got high sides. And I got it pretty high heat, medium high, because we're going to sear these 8 chicken thighs, bone in, skin on. But let's season them first. I got nice big chicken thighs here. I got 8 of them. The normal recipe calls for 4 to 6, but we're going to be eating this like all month. See if I can fit them all on here. There you have it. All right, we're going to season these with coriander. I say turmeric because there's an R in there. You can say turmeric. I'm adding this to the classic recipe because I'm out of my mind. Kosher salt, oregano, black pepper. Let's get going. I'm not going to tell you how much to use. So we're just going to sprinkle, that's all. Just do a sprinkle. Remember, that oven is on 350. And you see this extra fat, the skin on the sides there? A lot of people cut it off. I'm probably not going to because you want me to. I know, that was mean. Okay, that works. Now, when you deal with this turmeric, be careful, folks. It's going to turn you all yellow. But if you know it's coming, you'll be okay. I know it's coming. I'm still not going to be okay, but I'll try. Here, turmeric, boom, boom. 2 hits. Ooh, it's very colorful, right? Yeah, it's good. No. Come on, we already did that. All right, they're done. Black pepper. And you got the skin side sticking up. That's going to go down first in the big pan that we're going to bring on. And some oregano. After I get this stuff down, I'm going to just slightly pour a little olive oil so everything sticks. I'm going to push it in a little bit. Get that salt on there. Emerald used to say, still does, gotta salt it because you want it to taste good, right? What did the cavemen do before salt? Yeah, I guess they were too busy trying to stay alive. A little bit of my friend Olivari. Thank you, Al. He's my guy there. By the way, anything that you like, let me know in the comments as far as ingredients, and if you can't find it in your store, I'll get you the link. Heat up that 12-inch pan. If you use an 8, you can get a 10-inch pan. If you're using 6 of these bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. But these are big ones, right? And ultimately, you'd like a cast iron, but mine's being used right now. It's holding up my car. Ah, beautiful. I can smell it now. Whew, man. All right, let's move this out of the way. Get that pan heated up. Another reason you want this big pan, I'm putting this heat on medium high, by the way, is you're going to put rice in here and then you're going to put that broth in there, that chicken broth. So you need room, you need room. Give yourself some, room. Did I say room enough? Yeah. Room, yeah, that's enough. Let this get hot. Usually you wait till the pan gets hot before you add the olive oil, but this is TV. We can do whatever we want. Good amount, too. Good amount. Yeah, a lot of chicken going in. I want coverage, baby. I'm not going to mess around. The waiting game now. You're going to use tongs. I'm not. Skin side down. I want to give this a nice sear. A nice crispy brown on that skin, so be patient. Between 5 to 7 minutes should do it. See? That's why you need the big pan. I wasn't lying. Sheesh. We'll get the oil on first this time. Switch it around, A little bit. Half a teaspoon each. Careful of your digits. Remember, I am a professional. I mean, who else would say digits? And repeat. And lastly, some pepper, like we did on the other side. It's what those restaurants, this is what they do, man. They get the spices going. Then when you sear it, you're going to be toasting the spices. And I could smell it in here already. All right, let the skin side do its thing, all right? I'll be back when that's all, done, and then we flip it. Time to flip. See that? Yeah, I'll get you close, because I like you. See? Now that is what you're looking for. Nice brown, crispy skin. Now that was about a good 7-8 minutes. Oh, I love this yellow kind of glaze on there. Whew. After that 5 minutes I spoke of, we're going to put it on a plate. And then we're going to work on the onions, the garlic. Here's the plate, see? Boom. And we're going to work on the onions and the garlic, rice and the broth and everything, okay? But let's get this done first. Got the chicken off. Got it on a plate. Boom. Got the onions going. A little bit more olive oil in there. It's taking on that turmeric yellow, my favorite Crayola color. And then salt and pepper those onions. When these soften, we're going to put in that garlic. 30 seconds on the garlic, and then we add the next phase, which is that broth. 2 cups of that broth and some of that basmati rice. We're going to cook that before we add the broth to it. Infuse flavor into everything. That's my 10th book. Minced garlic. 30 seconds, count it. Usually when you smell the garlic, that's probably the best time to continue with the recipe. 1 cup of my basmati, something like that. All right, let's toast that a little bit. I got a teaspoon, full teaspoon, Stales, of that turmeric, almost a teaspoon of that coriander, and let's not forget the cumin. Not too much cumin, maybe a little less than a teaspoon. There you go. Let's toast it all up now. And you got this hard, crispy, uncooked rice, and you got kosher salt in there, so don't push down on your pan. Don't do it. Scratch it up. And you blame me. Oh, that's Chef Sel, the pot ruiner. They used to call me that in the 70s, but that was another reason. Toast it. Toast it. It's okay. Toast it. Now, we didn't salt this proper, as they say, so I'm going a couple of teaspoons of salt. Add 2 cups of that chicken broth. You got to cover this. I have a lid, but if you don't use aluminum foil, in that 350 oven, keep watching it, maybe 20-25 minutes until the rice is done. Let's get that chicken in there. So it's a braising. When it sticks up like an iceberg, that's a braising. And that's what it's doing. Don't worry about the juice. Get it in there. It's not going to ruin anything. And if you do this right, the skin will remain in the hot air of the oven and stay crispy. There's more juice. Let's bring this up to a nice sizzle. You can bring it up to high. As soon as it hits that nice sizzling point, you'll see. Let's put it in the oven. And there's your bubbles. Let's get this in the oven. If you have a vent, close that vent. Close it. Get everything cooking on the rice end of things. And into the oven. Give it a check. 20-25 minutes. Make sure that rice is cooked. When the rice is cooked, the chicken will be done. You want a good 165, 170 on that chicken if you're counting in Fahrenheit. While that chicken is doing its thing in that oven, we have time to make ourselves a little Greek spinach pie. Spanakopita. Did I say that right? Probably not. Write in and tell me how dumb I am, but I already know that. All right, let's go. Let's get this thing going. Boom. You know what that is, right? Parsley. Kalamata olives. There they are again. Butter. I'll show you how much. Unsalted. Phyllo dough. Who wants to learn how to use it? Oregano or not. Up to you on that one. Olive oil. I'm using avocado. 1 lemon. Ragout. About 16 ounces of that ragout, please. Some breadcrumbs. Probably about a half a cup. I'll show you what to do with them. Feta. Give me a pound. Dill weed. My nickname in 7th grade. I'm going to use a couple of these and chop them up. Scallions. 2 pounds baby spinach. Don't get worried. It's going to come down to nothing. Trust me. All right, I got a big stock pot here. Also, a couple of tablespoons avocado oil. You can use olive oil, it's fine. I'm going to cook this 2 pounds here of baby spinach down. It's going to come down, don't worry. That's why you need a big stock pot. So watch your hands. You can push it down with a potato masher. Give it a little twist if you know what you're doing. Don't burn that garlic, you know? That's what it's about. And we have another pound coming in. But let's get this down first, all right? You guys are doing good. Sitting there eating potato chips, watching me. Don't worry. I work for you. I know it. You put this spinach in there and you bake it. All this water that's going to come out of the spinach has to go somewhere, and it's going to be floating in your pie. Now you can, I'll probably do it too, put some breadcrumbs down on that baking sheet as you build that pie we're going to do. And that'll take care of absorbing any of the extra moisture coming out of these leaves here, but I don't want to play any chances. It's a lot of work. You don't want it to get ruined. Make sure you scrape that bottom, get that oil up, see what's happening. This is real time, folks. Look at this. Almost nothing already. A lot of the recipes you'll get or find or whatever will tell you just to wilt the spinach. No, get it done now. Now remember, we're going to season in layers, right? Let's get that other bit in. Keep this bit in the pan because that's going to help steam the new bit. See the steam coming up? Use it to your advantage. Smart cooking, folks, from a dumb guy. We'll be right back. No, just kidding. My patented twist. Don't do this if you don't know what you're doing. Summer's coming. You want to play volleyball. You don't want little burnt fingers playing volleyball. Now let's get that cooked spinach out on top. And we'll attack this from the top and the bottom with some heat, some steam. And then when everything is down, we're going to salt and pepper it, cool it down, and then mix up this feta cheese concoction with other cheeses. Start building this thing. It's Greek Spinach Pie. Spanakopita or Spanakopita. I like Spanakopita better because it sounds like a dance. See what I mean? You know, there's a respectable amount of spinach left, but not the 8 bushels you thought you were getting. Time to season a bit. Salt, 'tis the season. And yep, on that pep, see that water's still coming out. Be patient. Now, when you do the salt here, be a little bit careful. Don't go too hard on that salt, maybe a couple of teaspoons, because you got feta cheese going in. All right, I'm going to turn this down a bit, let it dry out. Check my chicken. All right, that was 25 minutes. I'm going to go another 5. Still some water bubbling up from that rice there. And then we're going to put that aside, and then we're going to keep going with this. See, we want no water in here. All right, I'm going to drain this out now. My handy dandy strainer over the sink here. Back on the heat. Lower it down a bit. I got it on almost low now. Taste it for seasoning. I want a little more salt in there. Just a little. Another 3/4 of a teaspoon. That'll draw out any of the excess moisture in there also. And I think that's been that extra 5 minutes on my chicken and rice. Put this aside, off the heat. Gonna check that chicken out. Look at this, folks. Check a big guy here. Oh yeah, you got some done chicken. I don't know if I could show you. You know, you're close to 200. But that's because it's just out of the oven. I want to try this rice, make sure it's done. Oh, that's done. It's delicious. Really delicious. All right, let's pretty it up a bit. A little of this. Parsley. Look at that. Oh, God. Crazy, right? I got some crumbled feta going right over the top. Last but definitely not least. Definitely? Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm going whole olive stills. You know what? Because I'm worth it, and so are you. Bring it up as close to you as I can without breaking my camera. Look at that. Let's get cooking now with this next one here. Spinach pie. My handy dandy KitchenAid. You can see over here. That's all you're going to get. Sally Charlie. All right. Let's get this spinach in there. I'll let it cool down a bit. And I'm going to use the paddle attachment. And let's get this feta crumbled in here. That's half of that pound there. The rest of that pound here. Crumble it as best you can. It's going to melt when you cook it. 350 on that oven, by the way, just like the other thing, that chicken dish we did. The main dish we did. Got 12 ounces of this ragout. Enough cheese for you folks? Different kind of cheese, right? Not the usual cheddar and all that. Let's get some spices. I told you about the dill weed. Teaspoon and a half. Nice quarter cup of parsley. Got this lemon here. We're gonna zest it. Don't go too hard on this thing. You don't want that white stuff in there. The zest of 1 lemon, please. More if you like lemony things. Nutmeg next. I added, this is a late addition. A little salt. Remember, you got a lot of cheese in there. There's salt in that cheese. Don't go crazy. Pepper. There's no pepper in the cheese. Put a good half a teaspoon of that fresh cracked pepper in there because this is that kind of dish, folks. All right. Start slow. All right, let's get it out of there. Let's start building this thing. Got my little pan here. I'm gonna pan it over the sink. And one of my Greek buddies, he's a chef. Little secret he has. He puts this panko breadcrumbs on the bottom in case there's any extra, fluid, liquid, whatever you want to call it, that might want to seep out as it's baking. Just enough to cover and coat still. And you do this whole thing, like you're a baker, right? We do that too here at Chef Cell. We do everything. Comedy kitchen here. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside for now. I'm gonna unroll this now. And the secret here, you gotta keep it moist. Sorry ladies, but I know you guys don't like that word for some reason. And this is paper thin stuff, so careful handling it. And I'll show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna build like a little fort. It's got that cornstarch in between. I'm gonna put this aside and we're gonna put our first layer down. And you want it to kind of hang over the edges, all right? Kind of like this. That's good. And go layer by layer, very slowly, building this thing. And if they should stick together, use the 2. That's all. Just use the double up. No problem there. Okay, same here. Now we're going to melt a little butter and some olive oil. That's about it. Almost a stick of butter. And just kind of wet this down. That's good. Blob it, blob it, blob it. Try to get it even. You don't have to be an artiste or, a stonemason or anything. Get it in those corners. And now you do the flipping over. And all these little imperfections will go bye-bye because now we're going to put the beautification layer over the top. Give her a tuck. Right, now that that's good and wet, I'm going to add something of my own creation. A little Parmigiano. Talk about salt, right? And the traditional cutting. Let's cut it right down the middle. And across the sides. Just fix it if it gets mushed up. Just fix it a little. Are you going to bake this half hour? Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on your oven. And you'll see at the top it becomes nice and brown. All right, we're going in. There you have it, folks. Right out of the oven. See if we can zoom in. Oh yeah. Greek Spinach Pie, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that tasting going. Back outside, we're gonna have a tasting in 2 seconds. But we have a little bit of a special guest here, maybe a big bit actually, okay? Some of you might know him if you're on the internet or you get some overseas feed on your TV. Let's just go to it. You'll really enjoy this. Well, thank you, me. Actually, we're up here in the personal music studio of one of my favorite Middle Eastern musicians, Mad Max Marcos. Give him a hand. I'm not mad. So back in 2022, you had a very large tour, a very big entourage and a very large tour, millions of fans. I tell you, it was a sight to see. I think you covered most of the Mediterranean countries and you got into the Middle East a little bit, but you spent a lot of time in India. And I wanted to talk to you especially about the reporters in India. I know that they ask you many, many repetitive questions, just like they did over here in the United States. But let me ask you a question. This would be a little bit of fun. What question were you asked the most? It was so repetitive, and after a while, you would just, like, what question really got your goat? India? Goat? You're kidding, right? So looking back at your major success in the music industry, what was the first, how did it start? What was your breakout? What was your big breakout hit? What was that breakout? Breakout? I did have this pimple here. It was just driving me nuts. I had a pimple. I had two, three. Well, we're out of time. It was great to have you. Mad Max Marcos, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still not mad. So coming up next, our clip of the week. What happens when an unruly customer has maybe a couple too many and starts harassing an innocent server at his table? Want to roll it?
Hey, guy, you like to see your hairy ass?
Apologize.
Like what?
Apologize to her.
Go fuck yourself, mate. The bartender says...
Thanks for dining at the Langham.
Now he was mad. Back to you, Chef Sal, me, or whoever. There she blows. Look at that. Yeah, the home version of a Greek and Middle East restaurant classic. 2 of them, in fact. Look at that chicken. The rice underneath. And look at this easy to make spinach pie. Try some of this pie. It's my favorite. I mean, check that out, folks. Yeah, we're not kidding here. We're really cooking. Try some of this rice. Oh, man. That's really good. Ooh, the garlic's coming through. It's really delicious. Let's get a piece of that chicken. Man. I'm glad you could stop by here at Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sal. And remember, right here, boom, please subscribe. Tell your friends. Go to Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sal on Facebook. Say hello. And remember, write in the comments, right down there. Yeah, maybe I'll read yours next week. Anyway, aloha from South Carolina. We'll see you next time. I'm not mad.